Big the Cat, everyone's favorite purple feline in the Sonic series. Oh, besides you. Sometimes he's chilling on the beach going fishing, and other times he's being locked away in high-security government facilities. Today, we're gonna look at Big's role in every Sonic game he appears in and rank him from worthless to elite. Sonic Adventure introduced the big man and gave him his own story mode alongside the Blue Blur. His pal Froggy eats his Lucky Charm and runs off, making Big spend the duration of his playthrough chasing after him and trying to catch him. The fishing gameplay is pretty freaking boring compared to the other gameplay styles, but once you figure out how it works, it's a complete breeze. The crazy part is, Big tracking down his frog friend somehow ties into the main events of the game. After E102 Gamma captures Froggy for the Chaos Emerald he has, he takes him aboard Eggman's ship to lock away, and Big is somehow able to sneak on board and eventually breaks him free. But when they try to escape the vessel, they bump into Eggman and Chaos, and he absorbs Froggy with the Chaos Emerald to become Chaos 6, which Big kinda helps Sonic take down. He fishes Froggy out of the monster, then runs off to let Sonic handle the rest, and escapes the egg carrier via Tails' Tornado 2. From there, he's fishing all day, living his best life, and that's the last we see of him. He's not a major contributor compared to other characters, but being playable in some part of the story in a mainline Sonic game is plenty to warrant an elite tier. Sonic Shuffle is a crappy ripoff of Mario Party, but it features a pretty in-depth story mode for a party game. That might not feature Big, but you can unlock him for the Versus mode, making him one of only 8 playable characters. If he had some kind of role in the story, I can make a case for Elite, but being a playable option at least solidifies him in the second highest tier. Sonic Adventure 2 is probably Big's stupidest appearance in the series, and I freaking love it. He makes cameos in just about every level in the game, and finds himself in the most absurd situations. Okay, how did he get in there? Big the Cat is in space. Okay, yeah, he's definitely dead. These are hilariously awesome to look out for in a playthrough, and it's one of my favorite Easter eggs in the series. But that's not all. If you A-rank every Dr. Eggman level and mission, you unlock Big the Cat in the game's multiplayer mode, where he's in a mech for some reason. Not many people know about this, because it was removed in the game's more popular battle port, but it's a great look for him and deserves pretty capable tier. The battle port though, only featuring those cameos, goes a tier lower. Sonic Battle hides Big the Cat's presence really well. If you link together 4 GBA consoles and play the multiplayer exclusive minigame titled Sonic Clash, there's a chance Big will be sitting on the edge of a platform fishing. I can't find any footage of this, but it's on the official wiki page and here's the sprite art. But if it's that hard to even see, it's worthless. Sonic Heroes has Big join Team Rose as the power character. Why are these 3 working together? Well, Amy's looking for Sonic, Cream's looking for a Chow, and of course, Big's got Frog on the brain, and apparently those 3 were seen together recently. Don't ask me why. He's a full-on playable character for an entire story mode, and plays a crucial part in both progression and the climax, offering up a Chaos Emerald to Team Sonic in addition to distracting Metal Madness. As far as roles for Big the Cat, it's about as good as it gets. Elite. Sonic and the Secret Rings brings him back to his Adventure 2 role. He's seen hidden across various stages in all kinds of predicaments, and he's just as fun to look out for. But here, they hit him a lot better. You have to stop in place at random spots throughout the game, and the perspective will cut to focus on just Big, which is somehow even funnier. And when he's spotted, you unlock pages of his travel diary, which documents his wacky and random fucking adventures, and I love it. But since he's an Easter egg again, I can't give him that much credit. It's a really solid cameo. In the Mario and Sonic Olympic games, Big never makes the playable lineup, but he's almost always somewhere. In the original, he's a referee for a couple games, in later entries, he can be spotted in the crowd sometimes, and in the DS versions, he's seen in the single-player campaign, but doesn't do more than hang around and set up missions. It's not as cool as his other cameos, but by definition, it belongs right beside them. Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood is an RPG game that makes Big a party member pretty early on. While they're searching for Knuckles, he shows up and helps them traverse some fog they weren't able to get through before. He's a support character and an HP tank, which makes him situationally good, but almost every combat tier list I've seen has him in the lowest or second lowest category, so beyond his early introduction, he's not a very ideal choice. Again though, this is Big the Cat we're talking about. Being one of the main cast members is a major dub for him, so... Elite. In Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Big makes his racing game debut and rocks a moped featuring a Froggy paint job. Shit is clean. And his all-star move is Giant Froggy, which increases his speed a ton and decimates anybody in its path. It's super satisfying. Despite that, he's once again considered a mid to lower tier character, but he's playable and that's what counts, going right up there with his other multiplayer roster appearances. He's not in the home console version of Sonic Colors, but on the DS, he appears for a couple missions in Aquarium Park, where he's once again in search of his amphibian ally. He doesn't contribute in any way, it just hangs out with Amy and wants to third wheel on a picnic date with Sonic. It's a cameo alright, and I'm so tempted to put it in Worthless, but it's pretty comparable to his Mario and Sonic role, so I'll stick it there. Unlike the first game in the series, Sonic in All-Stars Racing Transformed removes Big from the playable lineup and gives him one tiny cameo in the Ocean View stage. Pretty frickin' worthless. Team Sonic Racing puts Big back into Team Rose, and I can't quite put my finger on exactly why, but the team looks way better in this game than it did in Sonic Heroes. As a team member, Big's a playable racer, and he's actually seen a good bit throughout the story too. He's part of the first team to join the Grand Prix alongside Team Sonic, and when everyone else starts to get suspicious of and turn on Dodonpaw, Big remains optimistic about him, to basically a naive extent, but in the end he turns out to be right, so that's gotta be worth something. I think it's about as elite as he could look in this game. Sonic Frontiers has 4 cyberspace portals throughout the game that take you to Big's new favorite fishing spot. He offers him up a fishing rod, and Sonic can use it to catch all sorts of fish and items that he can exchange for treasure tokens that buy super valuable items to increase your stats and make progressing in the game way easier. You can avoid this minigame entirely if you want, but it's a nice change of pace that's way more chill than grinding out enemies, so Big's doing us a solid with this. I'll say he's pretty capable. In the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, Big makes about the smallest appearance he possibly could. In the lounge car, you can just barely see him out the window chilling on the water catching some fish. Good on him for doing what he loves, but that doesn't make it any less worthless. He's only seen in the Sonic Generations half as a sign in Casino Night, but in Shadow Generations, he somehow finds himself in White Space, where, shocker, he's off looking for Froggy again. He asks probably the most valid question of all time, and also talks about his time exploring different places we visit in the game. So he does nothing. Worthless. And there you have it. And if you want to see a certain character next time, leave your pick down in the comments below. I'm down to check out some more obscure characters, remake older videos with all the spin-off games, or branch out from the Nintendo and Sonic stuff if you really want. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and check out this video next, where I speculate about the Sonic Movie 4 for 10 minutes straight and hopefully get some things right. I'll see you over there.
Whenever